What's going on, guys? Snipes here, and in this video we're going to be playing some Black Ops 3. I really have no idea what's gotten into me. I don't know why I'm playing this game, so yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly in love with this game once again. I re-downloaded it a couple weeks ago and started playing it and fell back in love with this game. But really the point of this video is just to talk about some stuff that's going to be coming very soon. I am going to be getting a PS4 very soon. So that way I can play some Call of Duty on the PS4 instead of the Xbox One when World War II, World War II comes out. Hop onto the PS4 competitive side of Call of Duty, I guess. And then once World War II comes out, I think that Call of Duty will be a lot better. Oh, and one thing, this camo that we got for the headshot challenge thing is absolutely beautiful. Like, I love this camo. Now, when they announced the that 500 million headshot thing, I did hop on bo3 and I did play it for 12 hours or something like that one day.
That's a kill.
And I honestly have no idea what's gotten into me. When they announced that Black Ops 2 was actually backwards compatible, I said to myself, I'm going to give up jetpacking Call of Duties now, and I'm going to play BO2 so that way I can get into the swing and get back into the boots on the ground. But here I am playing Black Ops 3. I totally gave up Infinite Warfare. I still play it here and there. I actually deleted it off my console. I don't play that anymore. That game just aggravates me to the point where I just want to smash something.
Securing A. Enemy has the
But
A secure.
yeah, that's
Capture the objective.
quite a bit of information in the little time that I have been recording, honestly. But a couple of more things. I want to cover a topic here that was really supposed to be the main topic of this video. Supply drops in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3. Not Black Ops 3. World War II. Now, if you remember, Sledgehammer and Advanced Warfare, not Infinite Warfare, that was the first Call of Duty game to implement supply drops into Call of Duty. The first game to put it in. And I didn't think it was that bad. Until they started, buffing and, doing all that crazy stuff like they do. What's going on with the weapon variants? What is this?
Hostile care package overhead.
Okay. Question mark? I don't know what that was. Anyway, back on topic. Advanced Warfare was the first game to implement supply drops. I liked it at first, but then I didn't like it because it annoyed me. And then after that, you had Black Ops 3. That said they were not going to add anything into the supply drops except cosmetic, stuff like camos and all that stuff. But clearly, they lied straight to the Call of Duty community's face, because now here we are, almost 2 years later, where people are still paying thousands of dollars to get stuff in this game. And I don't know, it's just, I mean, supply drops in Call of Duty is kind of a, I don't know really how to put this, kind of like a sensitive topic to talk about because not many people like it. But now let's talk about what's to come in the future with supply drops in World War II. I'm saying now, not to be rude or anything, but I'm going to be blunt. Supply drops will 100% be in World War II. Not because Sledgehammer's making it, and not because Advanced Warfare is another Sledgehammer game and they were the first ones to put supply drops in Call of Duty. No, not because of that. Only because of the fact that the amount of money that is taken in just from supply drops alone
Hostile Guardian.
exceeds the amount almost by, I would say, triple than when the game actually releases.
Losing B.
And we all know Activision. We all know how they like money, and everyone likes money. I don't know a single person that doesn't want to get money.
Inbound. Friendly UAV inbound.
But when they start like adding in supply drop exclusive stuff where you have to get it out of supply drops, and it's like it's game breaking and it's super OP and ridiculously, good. That's when it starts getting to the point where, okay, and they need to dial it down a little bit and, think of what they're putting into the game, and then think of it in the aspect of them playing with it and how others are going to react to, something that's so ridiculous and really overpowered. For example, in Infinite Warfare, there is, we all know the Mark II variants, where you get more XP per kill. It's not that game breaking,
Nearly over. Try to redeem yourselves.
but it does give you more XP, which is, yeah, I don't really care, but it's also not a thing that I really like. But then we go to Advanced Warfare a couple years back, where
Down.
you had weapon variants, which were, better or worse versions of the gun.
Securing Charlie.
For example, the most, I don't know what that was, the most iconic
Inbound.
weapon in Advanced Warfare is the ASM-1 Speakeasy.
Losing B.
In public match, if that person had the Speakeasy, they were using it.
Deployed.
There was no doubt about, oh, what gun do I want to use? I love the ASM-1, it's my favorite weapon. What variant do I want to use? 100% they're going to use the ASM-1 Speakeasy because it was almost like the meta of, Advanced Warfare. It was like, if you didn't have the Speakeasy, you could still use the ASM-1, but you're still going to get, outshot by the ASM-1 because of the ridiculous amount of ammo that it held.
We don't reward
And now we're here on Black Ops 3
B for debrief and reassessment.
with, there's no weapon variants, but there are supply drop exclusive weapons, and there are a lot of them that you can only get from supply drops. And yes, they added in the contracts thing where, you could go and do some tasks to get, crypto keys and, bribes that would give you access to getting the weapons, or bribes which would guarantee you, a melee weapon from supply drops or an assault rifle or something like that. I don't really know much about it because I quit bo3 before the first DLC was released, so I didn't play it much. But if you go into like the barracks here, you can see like weapon bribes, you can see all this other stuff. And then I think it was last year, bo3 or Treyarch or whoever decided to do that was pretty stupid. They added something called a limited camo, which, I mean, if you're really wanting to get money, I guess it's a good way to get it, I guess. They have limited camos, which are only available for a limited time. You can only get out of supply drops. So that just makes people want to spend more money to try to get this camo. Like right now, there's a camo. It's called Into the Void. See if I can find it here. Right, if you go here and you go to camos and go down to extras, it's right here. Looks like dark matter to me. But with a little bit more, electric, static, and, all this other stuff that's going through it. Again, this camo's awesome. But, in all honesty, not trying to, be rude or anything like that, there will be supply drops in World War II. Not saying that'll be a bad thing. They could add cosmetics and stuff like that, like gun camos and calling cards and all this other stuff. But when it's, you know, it is a World War II aspect game. Oh, totally, something I totally forgot to bring up. Modern Warfare Remastered. Or quote-unquote remastered. A game that is very old. Very, very old. It was one of the, I think it is the first Call of Duty. I'm not correct on that. If I am, correct me. They added in supply drops. You know, at first I wasn't mad because it was the weapon kits. We can change weapons. It was calling cards. It was reticles. It was camos and other stuff. And then they started adding in different weapons that weren't in the game to begin with. You know, why do you need to, you know, ruin a perfect game that I loved playing, and I preferred to play that over Infinite Warfare? But Modern Warfare Remastered is still better than Infinite Warfare. I'm not trying to, you know, say it's not, because it definitely is. But the fact they took an older game, remastered it, was amazing. But then they added in, you know, new guns like the shotgun. They added in melee weapons, which, you know, completely destroyed it for me. That's what, you know, hit the nerve and was like, you know what, screw this. I'm not playing this game anymore, because I liked playing an older Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty Modern Warfare was the first Call of Duty game I ever played. And now that they had it remastered on the current consoles and stuff, I absolutely loved it, because I was able to go back and play the first Call of Duty game I ever learned to play. And it just made it so much more fun and enjoyable, because I was able to go back and, you know, relive my childhood and play the first Call of Duty game that I ever played.
UAV incoming.
But supply drops,
Securing Alpha.
I really hope they don't screw it up. I really, really hope they don't screw it up.
Securing Charlie.
World War II, I already have it pre-ordered. I have the Digital Deluxe Edition pre-ordered on my Xbox, and when I get a PS4, I'm going to buy probably the most expensive version that you can possibly get, because I'm very what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm trusting Sledgehammer this time. I'm, you know, taking it into consideration that they hopefully learned from their mistakes on Advanced Warfare, and they do not go back to that. They do not add weapon variants. I really hope they don't do that, because that will definitely destroy it for me, and I'll probably not play that game. Of course, I'll still upload it and, you know, do all this other stuff, but I probably won't play it as much. You'll probably see me playing Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 now that I got back into this game, or, you know, other Call of Duties that are good, that don't have weapon variants. You know, I don't mind that you have weapons, but, you know, yeah, I don't really care. You can add different weapons and everything you want. It's your game, but when I don't know how in the living name of God that just happened. But when you get to the point where you're adding different variants of weapons into a Call of Duty that is supposed to be older, and
Securing Alpha.
it's supposed to be like World War II, where, you know, it's all Germany and it's all like the Nazis, and, you know, not trying to, like, that's a very sensitive subject, so I'm not going to go deep into it. But it's all that, you know, the Nazis and World War II aspects of all that, and then they go in and add, like, futuristic weapons. It's kind of not World War II anymore. It's almost like a brand new era of World War II, almost. Like, World War II took a time trip into the future, copy and pasted, you know, all of our stuff, and put it into that game.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
But to really sum it all up,
Be advised,
supply drops
UAV is online.
can be good and bad.
Inbound.
They can be worth the money, and they can honestly just take your money and be worthless.
Hostile
Like,
inbound.
my luck with supply drops is absolutely horrendous. I don't get anything good out of supply drops ever,
Yourselves.
except for,
Rounds coming up.
you know, the couple lucky times that I recorded me doing a supply drop voting because I was in a good mood,
Hostile care package overhead.
because they added, you know, new stuff in. But
Smoked them.
Securing A.
supply drops,
Hostile
I don't know, man. I really don't. It's
engagement.
it's a very, very, very touchy, sensitive subject to talk about during Call of Duty. Only because it's kind of a half and half thing. A lot of people like it, and a lot of people don't like it. Now, me, I'm in the middle. I like it, and I don't like it. It's almost like, in a way, ow, I just hit my hand on my desk. In a way, supply drops are almost like Russian roulette. You take the chance, and sometimes you come out unlucky. You take the chance in spending $1, $2, $3, $4, $500 on supply drops, and sometimes you don't get lucky and you get absolutely nothing. Sometimes you get really lucky and you get what you wanted, and you're like, okay, you're like, oh my god, yes, I got what I wanted. And then sometimes you get what you wanted plus a little bit more.
Securing Charlie. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
But World War II, I have faith. A lot of faith that this game is going to be absolutely amazing. And a lot of faith that World War II is going to bring the Call of Duty community back to its prime. And bring it back to the #1 played game.
Losing Alpha.
World War II is, in my opinion, going to be one of the best, if not the best, Call of Duty ever made. Now, in my opinion,
We lost C.
Black Ops 2 is definitely the best Call of Duty game ever made, but that's just my opinion. I also think that
Be advised, hostile HCXD spotted.
World War II
Hostile UAV
could quite possibly come out on top as the best Call of Duty game ever made. It's very possible. It's actually very, very possible.
strike. Inbound.
I don't necessarily think that it will. It may.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Hostile care package overhead.
Spectre kill.
Securing B.
It's a nice little 3-piece I got there, actually.
Overhead. B secure.
Ooh, there's a bunch of them over here. Kind of getting off topic here. I'm getting a little excited.
UAV inbound.
Alright, UAV.
Securing C. Losing A.
Alright, good job, teammate. Anyway, back to the topic of supply drops.
Your positions. UAV inbound.
I really don't think there's much more to say. I think I pretty much covered it all. You know, you had Advanced Warfare, then you had Black Ops 3.
Bravo.
Now you have Infinite Warfare. And then, no, Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered.
Hostile HCXD spotted.
Now, Modern Warfare Remastered definitely took it way too far in supply drops.
Losing C.
Only because there's like 6 different versions of supply drops they had. Then they had the, the St. Patrick's Day supply drop thing. You have like Operation Storm and Operation Wolf. You have 2 different sets of supply drops there. And then, those supply drops, the Wolf ones, they give you certain, specific things. And then the Storm ones give you specific things. And it's just a bunch of crazy, madness. It's just a giant mess, honestly.
Enemy took A. Hostile UAV above.
Really? I should have had every single one of those kills.
Securing Alpha.
I have, and I'm a little nervous for the launch of World War II. Only because I don't want them to screw this up.
Be advised.
Sledgehammer had a very rough start with Advanced Warfare, and even they had a rough finish. They had, when BO3, I think it was BO3, or Ghost was released, they were still adding, things into, they're giving away free weapons every weekend and stuff like that. They did that for like a whole month, giving away free legendaries, like the purple thing, whatever that thing's called, epic, like whatever it's called.
Continue on mission.
They're giving away free stuff to try to get traffic back into their game.
UAV spotted.
because they didn't, you know, the community didn't like Advanced Warfare as much as they wanted it to. Now me, I love Advanced Warfare. I did. I didn't necessarily like the whole exo movements part of it. I didn't like how you weren't restricted to, you know, like a bar like Black Ops 3 has. Like right under the bottom line of my crosshair, there's a bar. That is how much boost you have. In Infinite Warfare, as soon as you landed, you can come right back up and do the exact same thing. And you weren't limited to, you know, all other stuff.
Reaper down.
But once again, gonna be World War II is gonna be an awesome game. I think it'll have a bigger following than maybe any Call of Duty ever made. I think that it's going to be a very, very good game. Supply drops, they're definitely going to be in there, only because Activision needs to make money. And supply drops are what give Activision their money in, you know, the long run. They make more money off supply drops than they do the actual game's release. I keep hitting my knee on my desk, and it's very annoying. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This long talk about supply drops in World War II. And honestly, supply drops is a very touchy subject to talk about, because if you say you like supply drops and you insult the wrong person, it's like the end of the world, honestly. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Twitch and Twin links in the description. Make sure you guys turn on my post notifications. Next to the subscribe button, you just hit that little bell, turn it on so you guys get notified whenever I live stream, upload videos, all the other good stuff. My name is Snipes, and I will see you guys next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's